Hello everyone, welcome to IAS Papa. My name is Surbhi and in today's discussion we are going to talk about fundamental right. Not all the fundamental right, but especially Article 21. The scope of Article 21 has been expanded by the Supreme Court in this year. So there are some new things that you should be knowing about Article 21, that is right to life and personal liberty. See, students, you need to understand that UPSC has asked question almost for 4 to 5 times in the recent year from Article 21, right? So that is why it is very important for you to remember what are the new development that has been taken up by the Supreme Court in the fundamental rights. Fundamental right already is a very important and a very essential chapter as far as polity is concerned. So that is why we have taken up Article 21 for today's video. So, in this particular discussion, we are going to talk about some of the basics. What are the recent development? What are the new judgment that has been given by Supreme Court by expanding the role of right to life and personal liberty? Then we'll be also looking at what are the UPSC expectation whenever you are going to read the fundamental right. And also we'll be looking at some of the PYQs and how the question are being framed by the UPSC exam. So let's talk about Article 21, the basics. It is basically talking about right to life and personal liberty. Right? Right to life and personal liberty. That any person who is living in India, he is having or she is having the right to life and personal liberty. No one's life or personal liberty can be taken away except procedure established by law. Procedure established by law. If there is a law, there is a procedure established by it, and if that particular procedure is followed, then any law can take your personal liberty and as well as the life. Now, many a time, students find this particular term very confusing. Basically, procedure established by law is talking about three things. First thing is that anyone's life or personal liberty can be taken away by the state if there exists a law. If that particular law is talking about a procedure for taking up that personal liberty and life, and if that particular procedure is followed, then state in India becomes empowered to take your life and personal liberty. But don't you think that this particular concept is flawed? The concept of procedure established by law, it is basically flawed concept. Why so? Because in this particular concept, no one is talking about law itself. See, I'll give you an example for better understanding. If the state or the Indian government or the central government passes a law that anyone who is walking on the road, if he or she is seen on the road, then they will be given the capital punishment. Any arbitrary law can be made by the state or by the central government. Now, basically, Article 21 is saying that if there is a law for taking away anyone's life, even on the mere ground, if that particular procedure is followed and if there is procedure existing, then you cannot say that that particular law is discriminatory or it is arbitrary. So, a law, no one is talking about the content of the law. So, whenever we are talking about the content of the law, due process of law comes into existence, right? Due process of law is nothing but it is giving the right to the judiciary that they can check upon the context, the premise of the law, that if that particular law is just, fair and reasonable. Law in itself should be just, fair and reasonable, then only they can take away your life or personal liberty. But you need to understand that procedure established by law is written in your Indian constitution, right? But nowhere the word due process of law is used. right? Then how the judiciary in itself becomes so empowered that they are now talking about due process of law by expanding the meaning of right to life to other luxuries of life, right? So these are the two concepts. I hope you are clear about this particular part. See, I have provided you the difference between due process of law and the procedure established by law. You can take the screenshot by pausing the video so for your better understanding. Now, whenever we are reading Article 21, there are generally two landmark cases. That is something you should be knowing whenever you are going to read the Article 21. The first case is about A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras, and the second is Menaka Gandhi versus Union of India. See, I'm not going to go into the depth of these two particular cases. This is just a discussion video, right? Just a short video for your better understanding about Article 21. But I want to tell you that under this particular case of A.K. Gopalan versus State of Madras, Supreme Court said that procedure established by law is written in the Constitution. We are not going to follow the due process of law. But it was under the Menka Gandhi case versus Union of India, Supreme Court expanded the meaning of procedure established by law to due process of. That is, now after this case, after this landmark case of 1977, judiciary in India became activist, and they said that now we are empowered to look into the depth of the law, that the law should be just, fair and reasonable, right? Now the question is, why we are reading Article 21 in this particular video. See, I already told you that UPSC has asked almost 5 times the same question from Article 21, that what are the other rights that are coming under Article 21 context. So as far as new articles or new rights are being added under the right to life and personal liberty, it is your responsibility to memorize it and to understand it. The first case is of right to privacy. I hope that everyone knows that what is right to privacy. Right to privacy is just basically talking about individual autonomy. That every individual in India is autonomous to take her or his own decision without any surveillance. The word surveillance is used whenever right to privacy comes into the picture. Now the question is, whose surveillance we are talking about? It is the government surveillance or the private company surveillance? See, you need to understand that we cannot stop the government of India from examining us, that what the citizens of India are doing on the pretext of national security or on the context of law and order situation. It is the responsibility of the government of India and its authority to look or to check upon the activities of the citizen. So whenever the word surveillance is used with the right to privacy, it is telling us that this particular right of right to privacy, it is not absolute. I hope you are able to understand, right? Whenever right to privacy as a right is used, you need to understand that it is not an absolute right, because government need to intrude our privacy on the pretext of maintaining the national security or the law or order situation. But right to privacy violation can be considered whenever the government of India is trying to sell our data generated by their own citizens to the foreign countries or to the alien countries or to the alien companies. I hope that this particular concept is clear. Right to privacy has been asked by the UPSC 3 times. The same theme has been repeated in 2018, 21 and 2024. So that is why I'm again and again emphasizing that you should be knowing some of the new rights that the Supreme Court is again and again adding under the Article 21. Now, there is one more right that has been added by the Supreme Court under the Article 21 scope, this right to life and personal liberty. The recent right which has been added is known as right against adverse effect of climate change. That you and I, all of us, are having right against the adverse effect of the climate. I hope that everyone is aware with the Delhi pollution scenario, right? That is why the recently Supreme Court has said that the everyone in India should be having right against climate change, a right for the climate justice under the right to life and personal liberty. No one can lead a healthy life or they can use their own personal liberty without having a clean environment. Already, the Supreme Court in the past has given many judgment. For example, under the MC Mehta case versus Union of India, Supreme Court said that we shall be having right to clean environment, right to access clean water. These are the judgment given by the Supreme Court under Article 21. Some of the rights that you should be remembering for your upcoming 2025 prelims, I have provided you with the list. First is right to privacy. I forgot to tell you that it was added under the K.S. Puttaswamy judgment. Now, coming from this particular right, recently the central government has passed the Digital Data Protection Act. The question can again be framed from Digital Data Protection Act. So that is how you should be remembering all the rights. What are the steps taken up by the government of India? For example, right to education we are having. The government of India made right to education a legal right also. And a one specific act was passed in 2009 to give it a statutory basis. Clear, everyone? So these are the other rights that you can remember. Right to go abroad, right to shelter, against handcuffing, against custodial death, to pollution and free water. So these are some of the rights that you can remember for your upcoming prelims exam. Now let's look at what the UPSC has been framing from Article 21. I told you there has been continuous repetition on the right to privacy. The first question was from 2024, that under which of the following articles of the Constitution has the Supreme Court of India placed right to privacy? Like I told you, and I'll be teaching you the same in the P classes, the answer is Article 21. That is, right to privacy has become intrinsic part of the right to life and personal liberty. Right? This is the first repetition. The same question was asked in 2021. I know you will be shocked to see the question that how UPSC can do so, how the UPSC can put up the same question in the examination paper. But this is the sad truth or the bitter truth or a very happy truth for you people that the same question was framed in 2021. That right to privacy is protected under which article of the Constitution of India? I hope now everyone can answer that. The answer is Article 21. Now, again, you will be shocked. The same question, the same theme has been repeated by the UPSC. That is why in my classes, I always emphasize that please read the UPSC previous year question carefully, because especially in the polity subject, UPSC is trying to repeat the question, be it from the parliament chapter or from the governor chapter, right? So you can read the question, that right to privacy is protected as an intrinsic part of right to life and personal liberty. Which of the following in the Constitution of India correctly and appropriately imply the above statement? The answer is C, that is Article 21, and the freedom guaranteed under Part 3 of the Constitution, which is nothing but the fundamental rights. Now, as I told you, apart from right to privacy, the one more question was framed, that is, under which article of the Constitution of India safeguard one's right to marry the person of one's choice? You might get confused under the Article 19 and 21, but please remember, student, any person who wants to live a healthy life and want to enjoy their personal liberty all the rights that are expanded by the Supreme Court will be coming under Article 21 and not under Article 19, right? So again, the answer is Article 21. So that is how we are going to approach our prelims exclusive program, where I'll be teaching you various topics and I'll try my best to link with the previous year question. So thank you, and I hope you like the video and you are able to understand that how to approach the polity concept. Thank you so much.